Hi, I'm Maeve. We're going to start in child's pose today. And I really hope that this feels like a restful pose for you. And I know for everyone, it's not. So some tips that might make it feel better. If you have a blanket that you can put between your hamstrings and your calves, sometimes that gives you a little bit of elevation and makes it feel nice. I sometimes like to put a block under my forehead so that my spine is a little bit lifted, or my thoracic spine and my cervical spine are a little lifted. And then from there you can play with it. Arms overhead, back by your side, whatever feels good. And every teacher is going to teach this differently. I don't think there's any hard, fast rules in child's pose. Like, I truly believe this. You can have your knees as wide as you want. You can have them as narrow as you want. The idea is to make it feel restful. And then if it doesn't feel restful, pick something else. Just pick something else if it's no good. And then as we're here, start to center your breath. Start to feel it coming into your back, into your side ribs. Into your belly. You might start to find a gentle, consistent rhythm to your breathing. And we'll just start to solidify that with gentle, consistent movement, coordinated to your breath. So rise up onto your hands and your knees. And connect down to the ground. You can play with your hand position here. If you want to have your hands a little wider, your fingers turned a little open or turned a little in, you can start to play with those things to find where you feel the safest, most stable, most comfortable. Inhale. Lengthen your heart forward. Lift your tailbone up. Now, keep the heart lifted. Draw the tailbone down. Roll through the spine and then drop the head down. Inhale. Start with the head. Initiate forward. And let it travel down until you finally lift the tailbone up. And then keep the back bend. Pull the tailbone down. Feel yourself articulate the spine to come into cat's pose. Let's do that again. Lead from the gaze, then the heart, then the belly drops and the tail lifts. Keep the lift of the heart, just the hips tuck, and then round through the spine. Same thing. So we're doing it in this manner to get a little more isolation in the segments of your spine. Yes, so good. So start with the inhale to lift the head, to lift the heart, to drop the belly, and then lift the tailbone. And then start from the tail, exhaling and rounding through. One last round like that. And then a neutral spine. If you have a block, I'm going to suggest putting it between your feet. Right arm up to the sky. Get a nice big rotation here, really nice. Now keep the feet squeezing onto that block and then take the right arm through. and maybe the left arm comes overhead. And then with the feet gently squeezing on the block, draw both hips back equally. And as the feet gently squeeze on the block, press the tops of the feet down. Yes, really nice. Really nice. Draw back in through center, so reset. And then left arm up. And thread through. Maybe the right arm extends. Draw the creases of the hips back equally. And then slowly back in through center. Good. And then just with a little more freedom than last time, cat and cow. Keep the block if it's okay. Just start to feel now all those parts of the spine working together. Yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That is it. Good. And you're going to sit back. If it's okay on your knees, you'll sit like this. If not, you can just come upright or sit however you want. Okay, so I'm going to use a little towel here. Basically, I took a towel, I folded it in half, and then I'm just going to fold it, voila, like this. A towel would work, a pillow would work. We're just going to, nothing. If you don't have anything, it's fine. We're going to cheat the pelvis a little bit with a little bit of prop work. A blanket would work. So I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to bring my hips, like the hip points, onto that towel so that I'm kind of sending my tailbone toward my heels a little more. Hopefully you feel that. We'll start in Sphinx here with this little bit of prop help. And it doesn't need to be very high, which is why I chose to use a little towel like this. And so with the front of the hip points tipped up, the tailbone kind of tips down. And hopefully it's not, if you're feeling like your low back is crunching and going into like a deep back bend, you need to bring the towel or blanket, whatever, further forward toward your rib cage so that it's actually lengthening out your low back. And then we're just going to hold this Sphinx pose for a few breaths. Really nice. Pull the hands in toward each other, take the elbows wide, just drop down. If it feels okay, you're just going to rest your hips on that towel. Maybe rock your hips a little side to side. And then slide your hands back by your rib cage, maybe a little bit under the shoulders. And we're just going to move into Cobra with an inhale. And hopefully this is feeling supportive. And then exhale gently down. Inhale, curling up. Exhale, down. Inhale, curl. This doesn't have to be high. Working the upper back, keeping the low back long. Release down. Inhale, curling up. Exhale down. If you feel anything in your low back, you're too high. Inhale. Exhale. Press into your hands. Child's pose, press back. Roll through your spine. Right foot's going to come forward. You can put that towel or whatever under your knee if you need it. And then walk the left hand pretty far forward. Good. If it feels okay, bend the back leg and find your foot. If it doesn't feel okay, you just skip it and you do everything else I'm about to say. So with or without the foot, it doesn't matter. Engage your left glute a bit so that you're opening up the front of that left hip. You're getting hip flexor stretch here, which is a really nice way to release your low back as well. So the way that your hip flexors run and attach to your body, to different parts of your spine, your psoas attached in there, they can pull and kind of give you achy back. They can also be weak and not support your back enough. So it's a very tricky scenario. Stretching them doesn't always work, but it always feels good. Sometimes we have to strengthen too. We're going to do a bit of that. Good. Come around. Release that foot if you have it. Blocks are great here. I'm going to keep my right foot nice and wide. So for me, my setup is already there. You can play with it as much as you need to. Straighten the front leg, lift the hips. You can use blocks here. If this doesn't feel good for any reason, just follow the happy path of fixing it so that it feels good to you. And then bend the right knee. You're going to step your left foot forward kind of to match so that we come into Malasana. And then just sink down. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. And then release your hands down. Square off your feet. Blocks are great here. You're going to stand on your right foot. Your left leg is going to come behind and then outside of the right foot. And then I'm just going to move my blocks over a little bit toward the right and pull back on my left hip gently. Pull back on my right hip gently. I have the tendency to want to really kind of like lean back here, kind of stack your body, your hips over your feet as much as you can. Yeah, that's beautiful. Good, bring the blocks back through center, release the left leg back home, and then the right leg is going to come behind. And then the block's going to come left if it feels okay, and just gently draw back on that right hip. But then as you're drawing back, stack the hips over the feet as much as you can. Come back through center. Right foot returns home. With the blocks supporting, lengthen the spine forward. Draw the belly up and in, front ribs up and in. Beautiful. Press the feet down. And then with your feet not changing the position of where they are on the floor, kind of pull them toward each other. So squeeze the feet as if you wanted to bring them together, but they're rooted in the floor so nothing changes. One more breath in. Good, and then step back to plank. Breath in to your belly, exhale with care. Cobra. And downward facing dog, exhale. Good, left foot's gonna come outside that left hand. Right knee down, pad your knee if you need to. So I've got a pretty wide left leg. You don't need to take the back foot, but if it feels good, you will. And whether you take it or not, take your right hand forward. Whether you take the foot or not, engage this right glute just enough that you feel a nice stretch in the front of that hip. It doesn't have to be, you're squeezing your butt so hard that you're gonna get a butt cramp. I mean, good luck with that. I don't think it's possible, but you might. If you have the foot, carefully release it. Bring your hands around. I like this setup, so I don't need to change anything as far as I know yet. You're gonna straighten both of your legs. Blocks are great. If I did come here and something didn't feel right, I would follow my instincts and move my feet to a place where everything feels good. Really nice. Bend both knees. You're going to step your right foot forward for Malasana. Yes, really nice. And forward fold. And again, if you have blocks, grab them. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. So push down into the hands, wherever they are, maybe on your shins if you're on blocks, great. Draw the front body up. Good. Now pull your feet gently toward each other. Good. One more breath in. Hands to your hips with your exhale. So stabilize. Inhale, rise up to stand. So good. And exhale, release. Very nice. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Good. I don't care which side. Take your hand to your wrist and then take a nice big side bend up and over. So a little lat stretch here. Rise back up to center. Pause here. Both arms reach up. Just notice how that side feels after you've stretched it. Maybe it doesn't feel at all different. Maybe it does. Just notice. Whatever the feedback, just notice. And then second side. Hand to wrist, we go up and over. Inhale, come back up to center. Stretch the hands independently, the arms independently. Observe what you feel. Good. Bring your hands behind your hips. Lace your fingers if it feels good. It might not feel good, in which case don't do it. Open up the shoulders, open up the chest. And then hinge from your hips. You can bend your knees as much as you need to here. And there's no need to crank your arms this way. Just let the arms fall open where they might feel good.
Stay here, just release your hands down. Hold your elbows. And then rock gently side to side. Maybe bending one leg, straightening the other leg as you do that. And then release your hands down. Lengthen your spine forward, inhale. Right foot's going to step back with your exhale. Crescent pose, rise up. Exhale, release your hands down to the ground. Plank inhale. Lower to your belly, use your knees, let your hips come down first if that is best for you. Shalabhasana, stretch the hands back, stretch the feet back, don't worry about coming up high. And down dog, exhale. Breath in, breath out. Breath in. Right knee steps forward, or right knee comes forward, foot steps forward with your exhale. That was a lot to get there. Rise up, crescent. And then exhale, hands down, step to the top of your mat. Inhale halfway. And fold with your exhale. Rise with your inhale. Bow forward with your exhale. Inhale, halfway. Left foot steps back, exhale. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, release the hands down. Plank inhale. Come down to your belly, so be careful as you come down. Shalabhasana. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale, left knee comes in, step the foot forward. Crescent, inhale. Exhale, hands down, step forward. Inhale, halfway. Bow, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands to your heart, exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway, inhale. Right foot steps back, exhale. Crescent, inhale. Nice and easy here. Right hand's gonna come pretty far out. I like a block here, but mine's, there it is. Open up. Release the hands down. Plank, inhale. Chaturanga or the floor. Any back bend. Cobra, Shalabhasana, up dog. Yeah, down dog, exhale. Right leg stretches back, inhale. Now notice how you pick up your leg from your belly. Don't crank the back. Step the right foot forward. Crescent, inhale. And then left hand down, kind of lean back. Yes. Breath in. Release the hands, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Bow, exhale. Rise, inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Inhale, halfway. Left foot steps back. This time just take your left hand out wide, so don't rise up to crescent. Open up, open up, open up. Release your hands down. Plank, inhale. Lower down. Rise, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Left leg back, inhale. Left foot forward. Exhale. Right hand reaches out. Lean and open. Release the hands down. Step to the top of your mats. Halfway, inhale. Bow, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands to your heart, exhale.
Inhale, rise up. Exhale and bow. Halfway, inhale. Right foot steps back, right hand's gonna come wide. Lean back. And then root the right heel. Release the left hand down. Warrior two, come up and around. Really nice. We're gonna stay here a few breaths. Adjust your feet however you need to once you get there. Really, really, really well done. Beautiful. Inhale, straighten the front leg, rise up. Take your right hand to your left wrist and then just lean back. So like a reverse triangle. Beautiful. And draw the feet a little toward each other. Breath in. Release the hands down. Step back to plank. Inhale. Chaturanga or the floor. Rise up, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Right leg stretches back, inhale. Right foot comes forward, exhale. Left hand off to the side, big, big opener. Release this hand down, back heel roots, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg, rise up. Left hand to right wrist, and then just reverse back. Draw the feet toward each other, nice and stable in the legs. One more inhale. Exhale, bring the hands around. Step to the top of your mat. Lengthen halfway, inhale. And bow, exhale. Inhale, rise. Bow forward, exhale. Inhale, halfway. Left foot steps back, exhale. Left hand off to the side, lean back. Release down. Reverse warrior. Nope, that's what I said. I doubted myself for a moment. Good. Now straighten your front leg and Trikonasana. I love a block here so that you can work upward instead of getting consumed with being down here. So you don't necessarily need a block to work upward, but if it gives you a greater sense of this rising up energy, use it. If it makes you stacking your body more accessible, use it. Last inhale. And then release your left hand down. You can take your left hand a little bit further forward than your shoulder. And then you're going to pivot to the left side foot. And Vashisthasana. Yes. Well done. Yes, beautiful. Breath in, come through center, make your way into downward facing dog. Nice. Pause.
Left leg stretches back slowly. Left foot steps forward. Good. Right hand to the side, open up. Release your hand down. Root the back heel, reverse warrior, come up and back. And then straighten the front leg. Trikonasana. Block, if you like, on the back of the leg. Good. Now, we're not using the block to rest down. It's not to bring the floor closer to you so that you can rest into it. It's to give you a grounding, rooting sensation if the floor feels like it's too far away, and that doesn't allow you to do that. It's important to know the difference there. So whether your hand's on the floor, your shin, a block, you're pushing down to rise up. Really nice, really nice. You're gonna soften your front knee. Half moon this time. Come up, Ardha Chandrasana. And if you have a wall and you want to move to the wall to give yourself a sensation of really kind of leaning back and some freedom here, you're welcome to do that. Nice. Last few breaths. And then rise up to stand. Lengthen up. Bow forward, exhale. Come up halfway, inhale. And then step your left foot back. Lean off to the left side, inhale, open. Good. Release your hand. Reverse warrior, inhale. And triangle. Good. Left hand comes around. Bring it forward. Vashisthasana. Come through center. Chaturanga. Rise open, inhale. Downward facing dog. Pause here and breathe. Pause here and breathe. Good. Beautiful. Right leg stretches back, inhale. Right knee comes to left elbow. Inhale it back. Right knee, right elbow. Inhale it back. Pigeon, right shin comes forward. Allow the hips to sink a little. And then extend forward here.
Good, rise up. Bring your back leg to the front. Navasana. Beautiful. Come down onto your backs. Hug your knees into your chest. We're going to make our way to chair pose, whatever that looks like for you. So maybe you take your legs back, you rock a little, you use your hands, press into chair. I'll wait for you to, in case there's a different way that you need to get there, you'll get there. And forward fold, exhale. Halfway inhale. Right foot steps back. Right hand reaches out a little bit, big opener. Release it down. Reverse warrior, come up and back. Nice. Straighten the front leg. Triangle. We're gonna hang here for a few breaths. Really nice. Good. Beautiful. Good. Right hand is going to come down and around. Take the right hand a little further forward. Vashisthasana. Bring your hand around. And chaturanga or the floor. Your back bend. And rise up. Right leg stretches back, inhale. Right foot forward, exhale. Lean back, open. Right hand down. Reverse warrior, root the back heel. Straighten the front leg, triangle. And we'll move into Ardha Chandrasana. If you want to use a wall or a block or both, I invite that. So if you're using a wall, and I'll actually do that to kind of show you, give yourself enough space that you can actually like lean back. So it's about like, I don't know, about a blossom, no, I don't know. It depends on your height, but there's a little distance between you and the wall. But you're close enough that the wall actually just supports you. And you can focus on this really amazing expansion. Totally optional. Inhale, rise up to stand. Bow forward, exhale. Come up halfway, inhale. Right foot steps back again. Lean off, open up. So a little repetition in this. Release the hand, reverse your warrior. Yep. And then triangle. Beautiful. Beautiful. And right hand's going to come around and down, a little forward. Vashisthasana.
I'm falling for you.
And through center.
I'm
Your pathway to down dog.
my have you to hold now. My have you to hold now.
Left leg stretches back.
Your name.
Left knee, shin, draws forward for pigeon.
But all I hear
And then draw forward if it's okay.
silence. And now I'm falling down, about to hit the ground.
I'm searching for you. I'm reaching out my hand for you to hold now. I've called your name. But all I feel is silence.
And now I've fallen
Down.
Rising up.
and now I've hit the
And then back leg's gonna come around. Navasana. So good. Bend your knees. Roll back. Bring your hands to the front of your, like where your knee and your thigh meet. Keep your shoulders curled up. Gently pull your knees inward toward your hands and gently push away. So little isometric here. We're stabilizing shoulders, we're stabilizing lats, we're working hip flexors. I shouldn't say stabilizing lats, you're working your lats to stabilize your spine and your shoulders. But there's a stabilizing effect of engaging these muscles. Little work here in those psoas, hip flexors that we just worked in Navasana too.
You just assume I mean what I say.
Release your head down, bring the soles of your feet together, drop your feet down, Supta Baddha Konasana.
You don't know me.
If you're happy here, and this feels like a nice place to stay, stay here. If this doesn't feel good at all, alternatively, you might take your feet wide and drop your knees in. If you're in Supta Baddha Konasana and you're feeling like, I love this and I want to try something new, we've done this a lot, it's not that new to you. You can press your feet down and lift your hips up. And this feels like so good, this bridge with Supta Baddha Konasana feels fantastic on my body, but it might not on yours. So this is meant as like a nice, yummy place to be, not as a suffer through sensation. So just know that.
Why you dreamed of me. You knew I was toxic, but you chose to stay.
You could also just do a classical bridge.
And you knew I never mean what I said.
We're gonna come down slowly
White lies, but they serve you well.
and draw the knees in.
You don't know.
You're gonna cross right ankle to left knee. You're gonna gently press the knee away with your right arm.
All the moods in my face. Baby, don't ask 'cause I'll say.
And then right hand is gonna come behind to like the outer right knee. And you're gonna gently pull in as you gently push away. So I'm gonna pull in with my hand, my knee's gonna push away. Nobody wins. Like the arm doesn't win, the leg doesn't win, it's just like a standoff. It's like a tug of war game where it's just not going anywhere. And it's only like a 20% effort. It's not crazy intense.
Nice little bicep work though, I'll say that. Gently release that. And switch it to the other side. So cross left ankle to right knee. Left hand's gonna gently push away. And then we're gonna switch that. Take the hand to the back, outer side of that left knee. I'm gonna pull with my left arm and gently push away with my left knee. Last couple breaths here. And then gently release that. Take both legs out straight. Just give yourself a moment to pause. If you have a yoga strap, wonderful, that's ideal. If you don't, but you have a towel, great. If you have nothing, don't worry, I'm going to show you what to do as well. So if you have a strap or a towel, you're going to bring your right leg up and put that around your foot. And the reason I say that this is ideal is that it allows you to get a full sense of pushing your foot into something. So it's less about, for me, that's like the number one thing I want here is I want you getting a sense of pushing your foot away. And this gives you that. If you don't have a strap or towel, get the one, but also if you just don't have one handy and you didn't feel like getting up, hold the back of the leg and then imagine that you could push your foot into the ceiling. So we're looking for that sense of pushing the foot away. That's our priority here. And that's going to help to work the leg toward straight, some version of straight. And I know you know this, but we're not actively pulling the leg toward the chest or the face. We're focused on pushing the leg away. And then if your hamstrings have lots of give here, you might bring the leg in, but you might not. So sometimes I feel like I get more out of it just by keeping my leg perpendicular to my body and pushing away or like slightly here. And sometimes I don't get as much here. I mean, it feels lovely, I'm not gonna lie. We're still not pulling the leg in. We're still pushing the foot away. So let that be your driving attention. Let that be the driver of your attention here. If you are using strap or towel, you keep it right hand. Left arm comes out to the left. Pin your left shoulder, your hip, your leg, your arm to the ground, and then inhale, right leg extends out to the right. Now, we're still pushing the foot away. We're still pushing that right foot away. We're still looking for that sensation. Inhale, come back up to center. Switch your hand and then just bring the leg a little bit across, not all the way. I'm only gonna go just past like my left shoulder and my left hip. Right arm out to the side and then push the foot away. So the back of my right hip is still on the floor. It has not yet left the floor. Now either stay here, you can bend the knee, keep the leg straight, and if you want, you'll take the leg further across. I'm gonna stay here because I feel like for me today, this is what is gonna give me the right sort of feedback. But if you wanna turn this into a full twist, your right hip will lift up off the ground and you'll take the leg all the way across. Carefully draw back up to center and then place, release that right leg down, pause. Left leg draws up. Set it up. Push the foot away. Try to draw the shoulders a little bit back. So there's a little bit of a resistance of the arms pulling back as you press the foot away. And just as we did on the first side, you don't need to bring the leg in toward your body at all. If it feels nice and you'd like to, I like to do it without using my hands so that I know I'm in a very truthful place, and then I re-support. And then I give that little sense of pulling so that I have something to push back against. Take the right arm out to the right. Left arm is your supporter. Pin the right side of your body down. And then left leg comes out. We're still pushing away. We're still pushing away. Inhale, draw back up to center. Trying to create space for myself here. Switch your hands. Left arm out to the side. And then left leg comes a little to the right. And start with a very small amount to start. Start with a small amount to start. Oh boy, Maeve. Oh boy, Maeve. Kind of notice what you feel here. So my left hip is still down. For me, I'm getting a lot of good sensory feedback here. So I'm going to stay here. But if you wanted, you could take the leg across for a twist, and you could bend the knee to bring it across for a twist. So you're going to decide what feels better to you. We'll carefully draw back up to center. Place your left leg down. And just pause. And then if you're comfortable here, we'll stay here. If you want to move into a different position, you will. Allow your muscles to let go. And sometimes we actually have to scan down our body, notice if something's holding on, and say, you don't need to do that. You can relax. Allow the breath to become natural and passive. Allow your senses to turn inward, so softening gaze, hearing, palms, fingertips, in contact with nothing but the air if it's okay, so we start to quiet that sensory feedback of touch. Stay here for as long as you want. If you're ready to come out, notice hands and feet, maybe give a little movement there. Reach the arms overhead, bend your knees, and then roll to your side. And come around to rise up to sitting. I don't know what I just did. I think I started the song over. Sit tall. Feel how you feel. Bring your hands together, prayer at your heart, bow your mind to your heart. Rise, eyes open gently. Thank you for your practice. Thank you. Have a great day.